on the hardwood tonight. We had mentioned the Barton Lady Cougars coming into tonight. We'll go ahead and take a peek at their team. They are coming off of a loss. In fact, it was their first game within the conference play. That was against Cowley County Community College. That was last Saturday on the first day of December. But through November, they only had one loss before that. They played very, very well. 88 points per game is what they average on the floor. They're shooting just shy of 50% at about 47% from the floor. Very good three-point shooting team as well, just shy of 42% and at 73% from the free throw line. They're a very good rebounding team. They've got some good size out there, but Coffeyville does have some good size as well to kind of match up against that. We'll see how that game plays out for CCC. But again, Barton is kind of a force this year. Unfortunately, lost their first game in conference play, but right now it's 6-2 on the year. They're 1-2 on the road. So here, playing at J. Herkelman Court here in Nellis Hall may pose against them, especially because CCC plays tentatively better here at home, really, as does everybody. You really got to learn how to play on the road. That's the difference maker. But at the same time, Barton kind of struggling on the road this year. They are just 1-2. A couple of ladies to look out for tonight. Jalen Stapleton. She averages 13, almost 14 points per game. That sophomore guard will definitely be a number that we look out for quite a bit tonight, as well as Taylor Reagan. She's just shy of her. She's at 12.5 points per game on the year thus far. Again, they're coming off of a tough loss last game, that one against Cowley Community College. They still shot pretty well, 40% from the floor and 43 rebounds. So this team does a very good job, again, just shy of scoring any points and kind of finishing it there. Coffeyville, on the other hand, on Sunday, they're coming off of their first win on the year. It was a very rough first month of the season in November. They went 0-9 through the month of November. It was a brutal one as they coming off of a win. They're 0-4 here on J. Herkelman's court, but again, week in, week out. As Matt, I don't know if you have been here. I've certainly been here every single game at this point. I've kind of seen them. Week one, they just looked lost. They had no identity offensively. Really, they're still struggling offensively, but they're starting to gain some traction. They're starting to get there at this point, starting to get, shoot some more and more points, and they're really going to have to do it tonight because in comparison, they shoot 48 points per game. That's it really does not match up against Barton at all on paper. From the floor, again, they struggle shooting 33% from the floor and just 25% from three-point land. You got to have those numbers up. The good thing is, and I'm sure as well, if you watch much basketball, they do get to the free throw line quite often, and they're not bad as a team. Just 66% as a team. You might look at that number and shy away from it, but they get there quite often.
Yeah, and also you need to look to your leaders, your sophomore leaders. Tatiana McCree, she's only averaging 9.8 points a game, and last year she was well above that. She needs to step up for this team, make some key baskets, get in the paint, drive, do anything she can to will their team to their second win.
Yes, it is. As you had mentioned, McCree, she is just one of only 5 sophomores that maybe even on the roster at this point. They've kind of fluctuated between JV and the starting all season long. But again, not a whole lot of sophomore presence on this team. There's not a whole lot of veteran presence whatsoever. Sarah Douglas is one of those sophomores, but again, wasn't wearing a Red Raven uniform last year, as to McCree was. She's kind of got that, familiar feel with the J. Herkelman court. She really does have to step up. There's a couple other freshmen tonight that really do need to step up as well that we've kind of seen shades of stardom with. Is Chesney Downing at 6 foot. Again, they went out in the offseason, got a little bit of size, of course, with Lashika Joseph at 6'6" and Katoria Jackson at 6'4", but at 6 foot at the guard position, Chesney Downing does a great job, first of all, shooting the basketball, so if she can kind of narrow those downs and knock down those baskets a little bit more. CCC, the Lady Red Ravens, may have some success tonight. So we're inching closer to basketball. We'll take a brief step aside here, and when we come back, we will get ready for the starting 5 as well as basketball here. We got a doubleheader of Red Ravens basketball coming your way here on 98.1 KUSN. I'm alongside Matt Dick. I'm Sam Speck here.
Chevrolet, Bartlesville.
Introducing the grand opening of Patriot Chevrolet of Bartlesville, bringing you a new way to buy a Chevrolet. From price to selection to engines for life, Patriot Chevrolet in Bartlesville wants to be your dealer. Only Patriot Chevrolet in Bartlesville will discount new 2018 Silverado trucks $12,000 off MSRP. That's $12 grand off new Silverado 1500 trucks.
Patriot Chevrolet, Bartlesville.
Patriot will discount the ever-popular 2018 Chevrolet Equinox $6,200. That's $6,200 off new 2018 Equinoxes. And you're home to the $13,900 2018 Cruze. And at Patriot Chevrolet, your new vehicle comes with engines for life. Patriot Chevrolet, Southeast Adams Boulevard, Bartlesville, or online at bartlesvillechevy.com.
Patriot Chevrolet, Bartlesville.
Chevrolet, find new roads. Silverado stock 180146, MSRP 43405, Equinox 190141, MSRP 280995, Cruze 180150.
Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at Coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Ho, 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 it's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
Here we are on J. Herkelman Court in Nellis Hall. I'm Sam Speck alongside Vantic. We've got Nathan Ray back in the studios. He's on the studio board tonight, making sure we sound just fine tonight. Nate, thanks so much for working with us as we've got our starting 5 to promote out for you today. We've got a fresh 10 minutes up on the board. We are just about ready for basketball here from Coffeyville, as it's a very exciting night once again, as it is the Barton Community College Lady Cougars on the courts against your Lady Red Ravens. We'll start with the starting 5 for the 6-2 Lady Cougars. Number 4, Ryan White, 5'10", sophomore out of Ottawa, Kansas. She comes in up at the guard position as well. Number 10, Jalen Stapleton, 5'5", sophomore out of Meade, Kansas, coming in the starting 5 as well. Jalen Stapleton coming in out of Meade as well. Another Kansas native, Taylor Reagan, a 5'10", sophomore in the starting 5. Mallory Miller, 5'9", out of Goddard, Kansas, number 24. And then rounding out the starting 5, number 33, Irene Chuckwoody, coming in 6'2". That's where the size starts to generate there for them. A little bit of a change-up in the starting 5 for the Lady Red Ravens tonight. Obviously, number 2, Tatiana McCree, going to be back in that starting 5. Matt, you talked about her just a moment ago, needing to step up in that veteran role presence. But in the difference that we have, number 3, Rihanna Brown, coming in there, rounding out at another guard position as well. Not a whole lot of size on the floor out there in the starting 5. They're kind of going with their shooters to start out. They also have Talima Harrell out there as well, number 10, a 5'9", freshman out of Lawrence, Kansas. They've got number 11, Brooklyn Wade, out there as well, out of Willard, Missouri, a 5'6". So you look at those four: McCree, 5'9", Brown at 5'6", 5'9" for Harrell, and Wade at 5'6" as well. And then rounding out that starting 5, if you get behind the coach right there, she's right behind the coach. It is number 14, Gunteen, out of Spain, 5'9". So not a whole lot of size on this side for Coffeyville. That may pose against them, but at the same time, through their first 9 games, they really didn't use the low block at all. They kind of relied on the shooter.
And that's not a bad thing as long as you can get the ball around, moving quick. get away from the defenders and find the open shot, they have a very good chance of finding open shooters and knocking down the mid-range three-point or driving in and getting a good layup.
Comes down to managing this game. Can they stay within striking distance? They'll have Haro on the tip as well. Number 33, Chuck Woody, will be for Barton. So Barton against Coffeyville. Doubleheader of Red Ravens basketball underway, and the Lady Cougars come away. There's that size advantage already proving kind of an advantage for Barton. They will get the tip. They will be moving up. They're in their black road uniforms. They got the black tops and the shorts as well. A blue accent, meaning the numbers and lettering, as well as kind of a camo on the pants. There's a three-point shot. That one's put up no good off the side of the iron from Stapleton. And that one goes over the backboard. CCC gets it off the first shot. Quick shot. They're out of the shot clock. We'll see if that's kind of a trend that the Cougars have, as well as they got a 2-2-1 half-court press put on. That one almost taken away, but CCC does a great job of breaking it. They'll bring it up now, swinging around the three-point line with Brown. Brown now hands it to Wade. Wade will get it to the corner. McCree will reset the offense. Now 10 on the shot clock. She goes back up top. Now back to McCree. She wants a three to start off the game. No good off the back of the iron. And the miss gives it right back to the Cougars. And in the fast break, they come back up with Stapleton. Left-hand dribble. They'll swing it around the three. We'll see if that's a trend. Do they shoot quickly in that shot clock all night long? And they go down low. Low block. That one's tipped away. Did it hit off CCC that last? No, they're going to say it hit off Barton. So the Red Ravens get it right back.
And that was good defense right there, trying to go down low. And the Red Ravens, great job of getting in between that pass and not letting it get through down low.
Very true. They don't have a whole lot of size down low, but great strength as Wade now gets an open shot. She takes the jumper deep. Two knocks it down. The first basket on the board, 2-0. Brooklyn Wade on the board, 2-0 CCC, and they put on a full court press. That 1-2-2, though, is broken up pretty easily. Barton now goes down low to the block. A turnaround jumper from the big lady Chuck Woody. That's 6'2" again. The reach and the size, that's going to be a tough one to defend all night long for the Lady Red Ravens. Chuck Woody makes them look easy. 2-2 now.
And she shoots 87% from the floor, so you know most of those are down low in the post, getting easy buckets.
Very effective, as I'm sure they'll go to her quite a bit tonight. Haro now up on top of the Lady Red Ravens. 10 on the shot clock. They try and muscle their way to the paint. Instead, they kick it out to Brown for three. No good off the back of the iron. Getting their own rebound, but Barton actually comes away with it now, and a foul coming away. That one's going to go against McCree. Her first personal foul, the team's first as well. We got 8:04 to go in the quarter. It is tied at 2 apiece. Barton, the inbound from the far sideline. They'll bring it up again. They're in the all-blacks. CCC in the all-whites. They've got the cursive Coffeyville on the front with the red accent, the stripes, the lettering, and the numbers. And then, of course, they've got the Raven on the shorts as well. Barton swings it around the three-point line. They try to go down low. Looks like a little bit too much contact by Barton. So Chuck Woody called for the foul. That will result in a turnover. And the first foul against Barton as well. Again, they put on that 1-2-2. We'll see how effective it is. CCC has struggled with presses all year long.
And that comes back to their size. When you press people that doesn't have a lot of size down low or up top, the press is going to work against them.
Yes, it does, as they bring it down very quickly. Finally get it to Brown. Brown drives, does a great job of drawing the foul. Again, I had mentioned this in the pregame. They do a good job of getting to the free throw line. Can they hit that tonight? As they're really going to need to. It's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a tough challenge tonight to take down Barton.
And Brown actually shoots 78% from the line, so that's a great stat for her to have. Very consistent, nice stroke, and the first one goes down.
Yeah, certainly good place to start. She gives them the lead 3-2 with 7:38 to go in the first quarter. Second one up. That one's no good off the side of the iron, and Barton comes away with the rebound. In fact, too much contact down, though. We'll get another foul against CCC. So Barton's inbound from their own baseline. And they'll get it in here as the point guard again gets that. She's got great handle on the basketball. She gets it up over half. Great passing here down low by the Cougars, and that one is going to be drawn a foul. The basket's no good, but heading to the free throw line for two is Chuck Woody. And again, she does a great job of managing the body control as well going up. Unfortunately, she had missed there, but did a great job staying strong. Almost got the basket. Now she'll try and take the lead back. First one up, knocks it down, ties it at 3.
And like you said, she does a great job controlling her long, lanky body. Some people take a while to grow into it, but you can definitely tell that she knows how to use her body, get down low, and get easy buckets.
No doubt about it. There it is. Takes the lead as she knocks them both down. 4-3, 7.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Brown will bring it up with the right-hand dribble. Breaks that half-court press. Finds McCree back to Brown. She's up on top by center circle. Looks back to set up the play. 20 on the shot clock. Looks right to Wade. Wade tried to go down low. Instead goes back up on top. They'll swing it around. Drives. Brown goes in, and the shot's denied. She tried to get off a layup, and that one's going to be taken away. Great defense down low by Barton, and they're going to be called for a foul. So too much contact and maybe a little bit of a retaliation for him.
And there's that size, like we mentioned time and time again. Chuck Woody doing a great job, just keeping her hands up and gets the easy block.
And Barton now again will inbound against that full court press. A 2-2-1 is what they run. Again, not very effective. Barton able to break that pretty easily. Gets it now down to the center. They'll put it out. They want a three. That one's going to be off the side of the iron, but an offensive rebound, but too much contact, they're going to say. On the center down low, that's Chuck Woody called with the foul. That's probably the only thing that Coffeyville's going to be able to do tonight is maybe get 3-3 in a little bit of foul trouble. She comes off the court. The only bad thing is number 15, 6'2", Nadal comes out, and so not necessarily a trade-off there in terms of size.
And that's so true because right when you foul out one of the biggest players, then an even bigger player comes in, and you got to deal with her defensive pressure.
And we'll see if Nadal is as effective as well. And Brown's going to be called for the travel. So she tried to bring it up over half there and takes one too many steps. And again, that's just inexperience. We had mentioned the pregame show, not very many sophomores are really a veteran presence on this team. And that right there is just an inexperience. And Barton will swing it around the three-point line. Again, they try a three. That's no good off the back of the iron. And Barton empty-handed from beyond the arc already tonight. 0 for 3 to start. McCree brings it up. In the fast break off the glass, no good. And Haro trying to get the rebound. They're going to say she stepped on the baseline out of bounds, and Barton gets it right back.
And McCree trying to drive in there. She's trying to get the foul so she can go to the line. But it did not work. Great defense by Barton.
Yes, indeed. And great handle here to get to the baseline. That's no good there on the shot off Stapleton. Stapleton was there last year. That's ineffective, though, on the miss. And now here in response, Brown kicks it back out. McCree up on top. They'll swing it around, find Wade for three, and knocks it down. Lady Red Ravens take the lead back 6-4. And Brooklyn Wade just found an open shot. She had all day to shoot it. And she does just that. Knocks it down 6-4. Now Barton thought about a three. Instead, they'll kick it down to the low block. Now back up on top. And over to Stapleton. Stapleton thought about the three-point shot. Instead, she'll swing it to the far corner. Great defense down low by Coffeyville. Now they give up a lane. And just as I spoke of it, almost jinxed it. Ryan White drives and ties it up at 6.
And size again, 5'10", sophomore. Out of Ottawa, Kansas, great drive in the lane.
And the steal, here he comes, Stapleton. She is, as she just goes right in front of it and knocks it down easily there for Barton. As number 10, again, very effective last year. I called a couple of games for CCC. One of them happened to be against Barton. And Stapleton was there last year, just as effective as she is here tonight. CCC now in response, down by 2. Already wasted half that shot clock just swinging around the three-point arc. McCree with the basketball, trips over, but instead gets it to Haro, almost like a pass, unintentionally. Now to Wade. Wade drives. The hook shot, no good. Haro comes away with the offensive rebound. Great job there from Haro to get it. And now Wade wants a three. She's feeling it from beyond the arc. It's 9-8 CCC.
And that's 2 for 3 for downtown. She shoots 42% from downtown. That stroke looks pure.
Yes, it does. Really feeling it, and she's in a groove. At that point, you've really got to just always get her the basketball. Got to give her an opportunity. Barton tries to get it down low in response. Taken away. Red Ravens with the basketball. They pass it down in the fast break. Up and in. Brown puts them up by 3.
And that's a great job by Tatiana McCree to get the steal, look up court, and find the open man.
Yeah, and finally that full court press kind of proving effective, but now this time not getting back very quickly. And that one for Nadal. That's her first points of the night. And again, it's almost chased it for the second time there. Again, they did a great job getting back on that last drive. This one, they really lack on that one. 2 points easy for Barton, and here comes McCree. Now just with a 1-point advantage. 4:05 to go in the quarter. They swing it from the three-point line. They'll go from end to end back to McCree. She wants that three. No good. Wraps around, and a rebound from Stapleton on the low block. Here comes Barton now. In response, still down by 1 is the Lady Cougars. They'll try to get it down to the low block, spin around, back up on top to White Stapleton. Now they'll swing it down low to the Dow. Turnaround jumper, knocks it down. That's too easy. And again, that size proving a clear advantage for Barton.
And she's 3 for 3 now in the game. She's doing a great job getting down low, getting the easy buckets.
Yeah, as we had mentioned, it may have been a turnaround, seeing Chuck Woody go to the bench instead. Great play off of the bench here is the Dow as she comes up and is perfect from the floor so far. They'll get it down low, now to the baseline, back up on top, they go to Brown. CCC with the basketball, now under 10 to shoot. 6 on the shot clock, now 5 up on top to Brown. She takes the 3 from 40 feet, no good. That one's off the back of the iron, and Barton back with the rebound. Gets it to the point guard, Stapleton. That one's almost taken away by McCree. Instead, Cougars now have an open shot off the glass. That's no good. And called for the foul, I think. I didn't see really too much contact over there. Questionable. And they're going to say that one's on Guntin. Sarah Guntin, the starter from this evening, a sophomore, 5'9" out of Spain.
And both of these teams are playing really physical right now. That's great for Coffeyville to show them that they can run with one of the better teams in the conference.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As Barton, before this weekend, they had only lost one game all through the month of November. And then they had reached Cali and then lost this past weekend. And now CCC playing very competitively, trying to take a 2-point lead for the Lady Cougars. They'll put it up and in. Knocks down the first one there is Taylor Reagan, sophomore, out of Albert, Kansas, and one of the starting 5 as well. The Spartan team out of Great Bend, Kansas, comes in with a third-year coach, Alan Clark. And again, they were pretty good last year. Really, nobody matched up against the Lady Saints out of Seward Community College as they went on to really dominate everybody. But Barton looked good last year, and they returned quite a bit. That's a big difference that you see. That's about 50-50 between freshmen and sophomores on their roster, compared to about 90% of CCC's roster is freshmen. One of those freshmen, Kramer, out there with the basketball. Now she kicks it to Harrow in the corner. Up on top to Collifell. She's got a 3-point shot. We'll see if they use that tonight quite a bit. Collifell with the basketball. Right-hand dribble. Nice pass down low. Baseline to Kramer. Up and in. And a great pass and a great finish. 2 points, 14-13. CCC trails.
And a great pass by Collifell. Down inside over to the cutting man. Great job, easy bucket down low.
Yes, it was. And that pass tipped out of bounds as Barton in transition tried to get it down low. They're going to say it tipped off the Red Ravens, so everybody here in the building says it went off of Barton. 14-13 it remains. Barton on the inbounds. Down low. That's Reagan. Reagan back up on top and called for the travel as Turney comes in off the bench. And Barton turns it over. 14-13 again the score, and Coffeyville tries now to take that lead back. The inbound from Kramer. She finds Wade with the left to right hand dribble. She'll bring it up over center. Straight away, Coffeyville from left to right to start this game. Collifell here on this right side. She moves into the corner. Now back up on top to Kramer. Nice spin move to the paint. Finds Downing. Downing jump shot from the elbow. She knocks down the deep 2. Coffeyville back up on top by 1.
And Chesney Downing, what a great jump shot. She only gets about 1 minute a game, but she's doing a great job coming in there, scoring right away.
Yeah, and again, one of those freshmen I had mentioned in the pregame that needs to step up. She's got a great shot. Barton, though, in transition, finds an open jumper. That's no good. Kramer comes away with the rebound. Now in transition, they don't have numbers, so she slows things down. Gets it back up on top to the guard. That's Wade. Wade looks right with that dribble now. Finds Harrow over here, still beyond the 3-point line. There's $1:30 to go here in the first quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Down low to Kramer. Kramer is going to be called to step on the baseline there, so she turns it over. Maybe trying to do a little bit too much there. But, again, you got to appreciate the effort.
Yeah, and that was a great job trying to drive in low. But once again, we mentioned the size of Barton just bullying people down low. But let's see how physically talented both of these teams are.
Yeah, and you got to appreciate the scoring that CCC's been able to manage as well. Turney comes down, taken away by CCC once again. Collifell now 3-on-2 for the Red Ravens. Pull-up jumper and called and drawn the foul. Nicely done there by Collifell. Pulled it up just shy of that free throw line, and she'll head to the free throw line for a pair.
And Collifell, 70% shooter, so a little bit above average for her. Let's see if she can get these 2 to go to get a little bit more ahead. And like you mentioned, they're doing a great job scoring. Almost half of their points that they score on average, they have almost scored in the first quarter.
Collifell knocks down that first one. Yeah, you had mentioned, that average. They're at 16 points right now. They average just 47.5 points per game. And right now they are well on their way to 20, 30, and much more than that. 17 points is the score now as she knocks them both down, up by 3 with 75 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Barton will bring it up. They're moving from right to left. They've got a point guard in off of the bench. Bringing the basketball up, that's Keith. Keith now looks down low to Nadal. Back up on top to Keith. Now kicks it over to Reagan. Reagan now gets it to Turney for 3, and Turney ties the ball game with a minute left.
And Turney, 45% shooter from deep. You got to keep an eye on her.
Yes, you do. As really at 5'10", you'd normally think about 15, 20-foot jumper from the low block, but no, she'll go out from the three-point line. And she knocks it down to tie the ball game at 17. 42 seconds to go. CCC wraps it around, now looks down low. Off the glass and in is Caulifel. Nicely done there by the freshman.
And the bench right now that the coaches put in, utilizing their minutes and doing a great job for CCC.
Yes, they are. Barton wants another 3 instead. Looks down low to Nadal. Off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, though. Will pass it off to her teammate. Turnaround jumper, knocks it in, ties it up. And a great job there. Size advantage once again, but you got to use your strength by CCC to do anything you can to get that rebound. We got 10 on the game clock. Shot clock is dead at this point. Tie ball game. You got to love the effort. Probably the best quarter I have seen the Lady Red Ravens play this year. 3 on the game clock. They get it to Wade. Puts it up, and no good. That misses everything. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. We'll take a quick 60 seconds aside. Great scoring half here for the Lady Red Ravens. We got another 10 minutes up on the quarter before we head to half here. It is 19-19 in partnership with CCC Television. This is 98.1 KUSN. Back in 60 seconds.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
Everyone looks forward to a good meal. That's why we do dining differently at Windsor Place. We call it 7 to 7 dining. Residents can come to the dining room anytime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. for a home-cooked meal of their choice. 3 specials are available throughout the day, along with a full menu, including all-day breakfast. If residents need a treat between meals, they can visit our self-service snack pantries. Come see what makes Windsor Place different at mealtime. Call 620-252-4929.
We got one quarter behind us, and it is a tie ball game. The Lady Red Ravens, they won a game on Sunday, their first game of the year, and my goodness, do they look like a different team. They've come out and started scoring, and against a very difficult opponent, the Lady Cougars, who are 6-2. They're coming off a tough loss, their first conference loss as we start quarter number 2. Tied at 19. It's the Barton Lady Cougars and the CCC Lady Red Ravens here on 98.1 KUSN. I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick, a sophomore with CCC. He'll be doing the color commentary tonight for both of these games. CCC now with just 10 on the shot clock have they started that second quarter. They'll get over to Brown. Brown now back up the top to Wade. Wade thought about driving, instead kicks it to Caulifel for 3. No good off the front of the iron, and coming away with the rebound is Turney. She'll bring it up with the right-hand dribble. Turney down low to Nadal. Nadal turn around and taken away from Kramer. Kramer now brings it up. One-on-one, drives down low, and that one is muscled away. Great play by Turney down low, but again, from Kramer, you just got to slow things down maybe. Maybe just take it out and realize that she's done it a couple times tonight, just trying to do a little bit too much.
And that's true. She's doing a great job just trying to be physical down low and proving to people that CCC is not going to be pushed around tonight.
No doubt, as they under a clear size disadvantage. Caulifel inbounded 3, put it up and knocks it down. CCC back with a 3-point lead, and a great job passing to find an open shot there by the freshman Caulifel. Barton now to respond into the corner to Turney. You can't give her too much space either, as she has a great shot from beyond the arc. They'll kick it down low, now beyond the arc again. Driving, baseline, try to get it now here to 22. That's Davis. Davis loses the basketball, and it goes out of bounds, and CCC gets it back. So Barton is feeling the pressure here. CCC, again, I had mentioned, they've played great defense all year, and now they're shooting the basketball.
And Downing using her size, getting her body in between those two offensive Barton, and doing a great job just trying to get the ball. and an easy turnover. Ball to Coffeyville now.
Yeah, somebody's got to take that size disadvantage back in their favor, and Downing is going to have to be one of them. As you see Lashika Joseph going on over. Well, you don't see its radio, but we describe as Colifel takes the fadeaway jumper. Joseph, though, at 6'6", heading to the substitution table. So they're starting to get that size back in there, and you got to love to see a 3-point lead in their favor as well. So it's not like it's a comeback scenario here as Barton swings it around the 3-point line. Now to Dirks. Dirks down low. Great pass to the baseline. Up and in with the foul is Taylor Reagan. And the sophomore did a great job finding the lane. Great pass and knocks it down.
And Taylor Reagan, one of the 3 scorers on this Barton team that scores in double digits. She is almost 13 points a game, doing a great job tonight, getting down low, and she does just as good from the free throw line, 82%.
We'll see if she can keep that here. Takes her time. She's 1 of 1 this evening, and off the back of the iron. So I think I just, with the jinx tonight, I'll tell you what, once I speak of it, they don't do what I say them to do, as Brown brings it up now for CCC, but we'll take it as Red Ravens hang on to a 1-point lead, 22-21, with just under 8 to go in the first half. Downing now down low to Joseph. Bad pass by Downing, though, as it stepped in front of, and Barton now will bring it back up. Reagan on the steal. Now looks down low to the baseline. Jumper from 15 feet. No good. Gets the offensive rebound, though, is Hunt, and taken away. Joseph uses the strength, just takes that basketball back and hands it off to the guard, Colifel, and they'll bring it up with the right hand.
And Joseph, great job. She's using her 6'4" body to just completely rip it out of the offensive player in Barton.
No
great
doubt
job
about
by her.
Starting to get some size out there. Great crossover from Colifel. The jumper no good. So she can't fulfill the dirty crossover. Broke some ankles out there. Barton will bring it up now in response. They're still down by 1. Up on top is Stapleton with the basketball. They'll swing it now here to this near corner to Reagan. Down low, they find Hunt. Now back up to Turney. Turney for 3, no good. And since that one that looked good, she hasn't been able to knock one down. Great defense here by the Lady Red Ravens. They bring the basketball up. Brown now back up on top. They find, trying to get it into the corner to find Colifel. Instead, Brown will just back up to restart the offense. Looking for a screen now from Joseph. And a great pass down to Joseph to the 6'6" freshman, and they knock it down 24-21. And there we go, finally using that strength and size down low.
And that's very true. Right there, the pick and roll was ideal in that situation.
And great defense once again here, as once the give-and-go pass got it to Stapleton, Joseph did not give up on the play. She steps in, tips it out of bounds, so Barton will send in some new substitutions. They will also have the basketball here from their own baseline. 19 on the shot clock. Great defense there from Joseph, though. Lashika Joseph, through the first 4 or 5 games, she brought great size to the team, but at the same time, a lot of inexperience. Has a great inbounds, finds a wide-open player down low, and that's just too easy of a basket there on an inbounds play. Obviously, you can see Coach Stephen Harrell there not very happy, but Taylor Nichols comes in and makes an easy basket to make it a 1-point deficit once again for Barton. CCC now on the turnaround. They'll bring it up. With the basketball on top to McCree. Down low to Joseph. Muscles her way, turns around. Off the glass, that's no good. That hit off the bottom of the glass on the rim, so a bit short of everything. And Barton now will bring it up in transition, trying to get that lead right back. A few lead changes tonight. We'll keep an eye on that number as a 3-point shot put up here by the Lady Cougars. That misses everything. And the basketball goes back in favor of CCC. Dirks had an open shot. Dirks, a sophomore out of Montezuma, Kansas. In fact, quite a bit of Kansas representation on this team out of Great Bend. As McCree now will bring the basketball up with 5:35 to go in the first half. They're up by 1. Great first half here by the Lady Red Ravens. If anything, that's one thing you can take away. This is the best 2 quarters that I've seen them put together. Obviously getting the win on Sunday, but this is a completely different team. This is a good Barton Lady Cougars team. 5 on the shot clock. Colifel kicks it to McCree. Drives right-hand baseline, and she's called for the foul. McCree, too much contact, and that'll be, I believe, her 2nd personal foul.
And one thing you were talking about is how Coffeyville is doing such a good job tonight. They are just driving and using all of their will to get in, to keep in this game. Only a 1-point lead right now, but it looks like the Coach Harrell has preached to them how to get on the fast break and get easy buckets.
And they're getting to the free throw line. You'd like to maybe see that a little bit more in that second half as well and start knocking those down for easy points as Barton brings it up now, trying to get that lead back. And a great job defensively as they tip it out of their hands. And it goes out of the baseline, though it did hit off a CCC last. 14 on the shot clock. Barton on the inbound here. Only down by 1. Lady Cougars will get it in. And they get it up on top to the guard now, finally up on top of the point guard to Stapleton. They'll swing it around the three-point line. Just 5 of the shot clock now here for Barton. Try to get the 3. It's pressed. Wade tried to come away with it. Now down low. And a shot clock violation. And Brown actually stepped in front of it, but they're going to say the buzzer went off well before Brown stepped in front of the pass for the turnover. But either way, the Lady Red Ravens get the basketball.
And using very aggressive defense, Harrell yelling at his team to get up in their faces, and look what it does. Comes away with a shot clock violation. Great job.
Yes, it does. 20 on the shot clock now here for CCC. They do a good job of really milking that shot clock, though unfortunately early in the season they suffered from a lot of those violations. Here's Haro now with the right hand. Now brings it back up on top with the left. To Wade, they swing it around the three-point line. Now Brown drives, tried to find Joseph, and too much contact down low. I believe they're going to say it's a foul on the floor, so we'll have an inbound from the baseline with a refreshed shot clock, I believe.
And one thing you said, they do drain down that shot clock. That can be harmful or very helpful because once you're moving that ball around so quick, you can find open shooters, and that's what Coach Harrell is trying to do tonight. Yeah,
he's just, at this point, especially Brooklyn Wade, who's starting to knock him down from really anywhere on the floor. She gets that inbound, by the way, now kicks it to Haro. And, yes, they do get a fresh 30 seconds up on the shot clock as they inbound it. 4:10 on the game clock. But, again, Wade, she's good from 3. Of course, we've seen Kramer knock down quite a few, and then McCree as Brown knocks it down. Speaking of a 3, Brown finds an open shot and hits the three-pointer. They go up by 4, 27-23.
And that's a great find by Wade to Brown, and a wide-open 3 gets them the lead by 4.
And Barton tried a 3 in response. That's no good, but an offensive rebound there and a foul on the way to the floor. So that will send number 4, Ryan White, to the free throw line, or excuse me, a baseline inbounds here from Barton. As both these teams also doing a great job managing those foul numbers. At this point, with 3:40 to go in the half, you'd think one team at the bonus. And a great pass down low to the baseline there by Barton. Finds Taylor Reagan for an easy layup. And that makes it now within 2. But CCC, again, we've seen shades of weakness on the defense. And hopefully that fatigue doesn't set in the second half. You got to play another full 2 quarters as Brown finds another 3. That's no good. Gets her own rebound, though. Up and no good. Great job by Brown, though, physically moving through the paint to get her own rebound. Up and no good on the second try.
And Brown willing her way to the line. Great job by her. Actually, my bad. That was on the floor. But willing her way to get the rebound and doing a great job for this team, using all of her height and weight to try to get that rebound.
And Jaylene Cole got the inbounds there, and that one's actually going to be taken from here by Barton. Barton now in transition, and Nadal is called for the travel as they're moving a little bit too quickly. Both of these teams have kind of done that a couple of times tonight, just, in transition. I know it's kind of hard to say, but when you're in a fast break, you got to slow things down a little bit, and that's a prime example. 1 too many steps they're taken by Barton. So CCC gets the basketball right back, and too much contact in that corner. Great job by Brooklyn Wade to draw the foul. Or excuse me, that is Adelina Carr, as Carr draws the foul. That'll be the first foul against Ryan White, and the 3rd team foul here in this quarter by Barton. Again, both these teams doing a great job managing that number. The inbounds to Cole finds Wade now. Wade up on top to reset the offense with the right-hand dribble. She now kicks it left. She drives, now back up on top, spins around, finds Brown in the corner. A deep 2, that's no good. That missed everything. And Barton comes away with the rebound. 2:30 to go in the first half. Stapleton now in response with the right-hand dribble. She'll bring it up, slows it down now, tries to get it down low to the down, and taken away. Brown brings it up in a 2-on-2. Step with a jumper, and she's fouled on her way to the basket. And a great job there from the low block as she just went up trying to jump, maybe get it off the backboard. She misses the basket, but she'll head to the free throw line.
And you see Brown hustling all down the court, up and down. she's probably the most physical player on the court right now.
Yeah, and you love to see that out of a freshman as well as Brown, out of New Zealand, 5'6", so certainly a lot of miles traveled in between that. She's over here, and she's dedicated to some basketball. You can see that out there. She knocked down the first one, puts it back up by 3, 28-24, as Adelina Carr makes her way back to the sideline here. She'll get herself some more rest. Joseph, Haro, Cole, Brown, and Wade are your 5 on the floor right now for the Lady Red Ravens.
And Brown, she shoots 78% from the line, so very good from the line, but she does miss the second one, only up by 3 with about 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, she goes 1 of 2 that trip. Barton now in transition after the missed free throw. They'll bring it down to the elbow. They'll have to kick it back up on top to Stapleton. She drives the right hand. Nice defense from Joseph down low, and she denies the shot. They'll bring it up now for CCC. The ladies kick it down low. Great pass to Haro. She decides to hang on to it, kicks it out to Cole, and it's blocked away. But the block goes straight to Brown. CCC still with the basketball. To Cole for 3. No good off the back of the iron. And again, Cole just kind of taking shots from anywhere. Taken away from Brown. Brown, once again, she's diving all over the floor. You had mentioned the hustle. There's a prime example. She dives on the hardwood, gets it right back. We'll take a brief 30-second step aside. We got a $1:45 to go in the first half. CCC with a 3-point lead. Back in 30.
Move forward. You can by becoming a part of the Acme Foundry team in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry has current openings for CNC machinists and entry-level foundry positions. Acme offers competitive wages, benefits including medical and dental, and a retirement plan through employee ownership. Acme moves careers forward by promoting from within. Find out more. Apply in person at Acme Foundry, 1502 South Spruce Street in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry, an equal opportunity employer.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Coffeyville with a 3-point lead, 28-25. CCC, I'll tell you what, probably the best 20 minutes that I have seen them play all season long. They hold a 3-point lead against a just 2-loss team against the Barton Lady Cougars. And they got the basketball. Brown, after a great hustle and defensive play, she dives across the hardwood, gets the basketball back. They call the timeout. Now they'll bring it up with Wade. Wade to Haro, back up on top to Brown. She drives, now kicks it back to Wade in the right side corner. Now to Cole. Cole kicks it with the left hand. She finds Haro. Haro, jump shot from the baseline. 15-footer, knocks it down. And they go up by 5 with 80 seconds to go in the first half. And Barton now, they were almost in trouble there in that half-court press. Now a 2-on-1 for Barton, and great defense from Haro. She comes down, disrupts the pass, though it hits off her hand and goes out of bounds. But again, sometimes you live by the press and sometimes you die by the press. And one good pass there by Barton found a wide open 2-on-1.
And right there, I think Coach Harrell this week said, hey, guys, we're going up against some physical defense. Let's play some good defense. We use this press, get some steals, and it's showing right now for CCC.
Yes, it is. As Barton on the inbounds now. 60 seconds to go in the first half. They're down by 5, but they want a 3. Turney, no good, and the rebound by Wade. CCC gets it right back. They'll bring it up now with the right-hand dribble. Great job there from the freshman. Slows it down on that fast break. Waits for the offense to progress. Now hands it to Brown. Brown, she's guarded very closely. That's Keith on the defense. Gets it into the corner to Cole. Cole now with the right hand. 40 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Back up on top to Joseph. Joseph from the free throw line. She kicks it back up on top to Wade. 5 on the shot clock. Wade to Brown. Right hand drives. The floater no good on the teardrop. Shot clock is dead. We got 25 in the first half and called for the travel after the rebound. Once again, that is, I'll tell you what, we've seen a couple of those tonight, but Chuck Woody back on the floor. She's called for the travel.
And a lot of turnovers right now for this Barton offense, and I think that's why Coach Clark called that timeout earlier, but now just more and more turnovers.
Yes, indeed, as the inbounds now here for CCC goes to Haro. 18 seconds to go in the first half. They should realistically just hang on to it here. The shot clock is dead, and Wade, that's what she's going to do. Brooklyn Wade now 10 on the game clock. 10 till we head to half, though. Best 20 minutes I've seen the Lady Red Ravens play. Brown wants a 3. No good off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound by Wade. No good. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes of the ball game. That's Matt Dick. I'm Sam Speck here on 98.1 KUSN. Nathan Ray back in the studios making sure we sound just fine. It's halftime here on Jay Herkelman Court from Nellis Hall. 30-25, the Lady Red Ravens with the lead. I'll tell you what, best 20 minutes I have have seen them play. I'm going to rave about that all through the halftime show. Don't forget about it. We could take a extended 7-minute break. Actually, we'll take an extended 7-minute break when we come back. Matt and I will break down this first half, and we'll get ready for second half basketball here as we're getting ready for an upset here from Jay Herkelman Court on 98.1 KUSN. At the half, the ladies are up by 5, 30-25. Back in 7 minutes on 98.1 KUSN.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to take care of my banking and the internet's down.
So what's the problem? Just give Dana a call at Community State Bank, and she'll take care of it in person.
I don't bank at Community State Bank. It's an online bank. My bank's not just down the street. It's in, well, I'm not really sure where it's at.
Wow, I wouldn't bank anywhere but Community State Bank. They have great online and mobile banking services, so I still do most of my banking online. But when I need it, it's sure great to talk to somebody I know face to face.
Hi, this is Dana from Community State Bank. We offer all the convenience along with the services you want and need, and even throw in a friendly face to help you personally when you need it. Community State Bank, Coffeyville's only locally owned and operated bank.
Industrial strength for your home? You can get it at 4 State Maintenance Supply in Coffeyville. The same quality products the big companies use are available for retail sale at 4 State Maintenance Supply. From cleaning chemicals to paper products, even upright vacuums. A lot better than you'd find at the big box stores. They can last up to 10 years or longer, and they cost a lot less than you'd think. Run your house like a business, getting more value for your money. Shop 4 State Maintenance Supply on North Klein in Coffeyville.
Hey, Raven fans, coming into town for a game? Make it a great weekend. Reserve your room at Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, Coffeyville's premier home away from home. Enjoy plush, clean accommodations, a free continental breakfast, indoor pool, Wi-Fi, and superior staff and services. Ask about special AARP and military discounts. Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, a proud supporter of the Red Ravens. Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Ho, 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 it's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to take care of my banking and the internet's down.
So what's the problem? Just give Dana a call at Community State Bank, and she'll take care of it in person.
I don't bank at Community State Bank. It's an online bank. My bank's not just down the street. It's in, well, I'm not really sure where it's at.
Wow, I wouldn't bank anywhere but Community State Bank. They have great online and mobile banking services, so I still do most of my banking online. But when I need it, it's sure great to talk to somebody I know face to face.
Hi, this is Dana from Community State Bank. We offer all the convenience along with the services you want and need, and even throw in a friendly face to help you personally when you need it. Community State Bank, Coffeyville's only locally owned and operated bank.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
Everyone looks forward to a good meal. That's why we do dining differently at Windsor Place. We call it 7 to 7 dining. Residents can come to the dining room anytime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. for a home-cooked meal of their choice. 3 specials are available throughout the day, along with a full menu, including all-day breakfast. If residents need a treat between meals, they can visit our self-service snack pantries. Come see what makes Windsor Place different at mealtime. Call 620-252-4929.
Move forward. You can by becoming a part of the Acme Foundry team in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry has current openings for CNC machinists and entry-level foundry positions. Acme offers competitive wages, benefits including medical and dental, and a retirement plan through employee ownership. Acme moves careers forward by promoting from within. Find out more. Apply in person at Acme Foundry, 1502 South Spruce Street in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry, an equal opportunity employer.
Industrial strength for your home? You can get it at 4 State Maintenance Supply in Coffeyville. The same quality products the big companies use are available for retail sale at 4 State Maintenance Supply. From cleaning chemicals to paper products, even upright vacuums. A lot better than you find at the big box stores. They can last up to 10 years or longer, and they cost a lot less than you'd think. Run your house like a business, getting more value for your money. Shop 4 State Maintenance Supply on North Klein in Coffeyville.
Hey, Raven fans, coming into town for a game? Make it a great weekend. Reserve your room at Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, Coffeyville's premier home away from home. Enjoy plush, clean accommodations, a free continental breakfast, indoor pool, Wi-Fi, and superior staff and services. Ask about special AARP and military discounts. Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, a proud supporter of the Red Ravens. Helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting. Fast 8-week classes or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
And welcome in. It is currently halftime here. It's 98.1 KUSN in partnership with CCC Television. I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick, sophomore out of Coffeyville Community College. We're happy to have you along with us through a doubleheader of Coffeyville basketball tonight. The Lady Red Ravens on the hardwood first, currently in halftime with a 5-point lead. It was probably the best 20 minutes I have seen them play all season long. I did not get the opportunity to see their first win up at the Northwest Technical College up in Goodland, Kansas, as that was quite the trek, and it was also on a Sunday. Did not work with our work schedules, but they got the win either way. And right now they're playing like a bunch of winners, coming out there with a 5-point lead against a 6-2 Barton Lady Cougars team. We'll go ahead and look at the numbers right now. Coffeyville doing a great job of avoiding really letting anybody on Barton besides maybe one get hot. They're really limited in terms of numbers. 8 points is their leading scorer. That's Taylor Reagan, a sophomore that we've seen hit a couple of shots across the floor. She is 3 of 5. Barton not doing too bad from the floor tonight. They're shooting 44% from the floor and very poorly from the three-point line. So if Coffeyville can avoid that penetration like they've been doing all game long and keep them to shooting those 3 points, they're only shooting 12% from the three-point line. Unfortunately for Coffeyville, they're shooting 80% from the free throw line. Those CCC doing a good job avoiding putting them there. They only had a number of personal fouls, 7 to be exact, through that first 20 minutes, so they didn't put them at the free throw line very many times. Now, in retrospect, CCC, they've got a couple of players. They're doing a good job distributing the ball in terms of scoring. Brooklyn Wade, a freshman with 8 points, and Brown, we'll say it again, a freshman with 8 points. For this second half, if we're going to really kind of narrow in a win, Matt, I think it's going to have to be a sophomore plus these two freshmen continuing what they did. But I think it's going to be McCree or Sarah Douglas, someone, either of those two, who don't have points through that first half, which, by the way, McCree with no points through the first two quarters is kind of a rarity at this point. But we're going to have to see a sophomore to help out a little bit in order to get the win tonight.
And to come back to Brown, she has done just as good on the offensive side as she's done on the defensive side. She's got 2 steals, 3 rebounds, and she's only 5'6" right now. So for her to get 3 rebounds, 2 steals, she's hustling on the court, doing a great job. But like you said, McCree needs to step up. She did have 2 assists, however, in that first half, which is good. She's finding some open people here and there, but she needs to find her shot. She's only shot 2 times from deep, and that's it. So she needs to drive in like we know she can and get some points. And like you said, Wade stroking it from deep, 2 for 3 from downtown. And they're actually doing a pretty decent job from deep. 25%, 4 for 16. I mean, it's not bad. Definitely
taking quite a few of them,
Yeah, taking quite a few of them. Most of them are open looks, so if they can start getting in a rhythm quick and in a hurry, they can definitely bust this game wide open.
Well, you had mentioned the performance defensively by Brown. Really, CCC all tonight have played well. 12 turnovers that they have forced, and off of those turnovers, they've scored 15 points. That's half of their points. So I'll tell you what, it's, defense starts the offense, and that's kind of what CCC is kind of starting with these last couple of games, and it's proving out there they're starting to shoot. Again, they're shooting a lot of shots right now. That's where their percentages may look a little bit below par. 36% from the floor. You'd mentioned 25% from three-point land, and then they're 4 of 6 from the free throw line. That's 36%, 25, and 66%. Certainly a number that maybe seems under par, but they've taken 30 shots from the floor. They've taken 16 from the three-point line. So they're being very aggressive, and they're taking a lot of shots. And right now, defensively, they're forcing those turnovers and then getting some points off them as well. So right now, they're working it. And it just comes down, I can't imagine if this team with 30 shots up there had shot 45% from the floor. This would be a much different story and a much different looking ball club as well. They are filled with freshmen, lots of promise for the upcoming years, but right now they're just kind of in this transition, trying to build off of what they've got out there on the floor. And I'll tell you what, they're starting to kind of show some players on the freshman side that might be able to make a difference. We mentioned Brown, Wade out there, Talima Haro in that starting 5. She's done a great job defensively tonight as well. And then Chesney Downing down low on that block. Alana Kramer is another one that we'll mention quite a bit. They need to step up, and then once again, you got to go to the veteran presence, Tatiana McCree. She's really got to get out there. What she did a great job last week and on Sunday with is drawing a lot of fouls. If she can get to the free throw line, she is an above 75% free throw shooter. She can make that impact there. In fact, when she scored 16 last week, 12 of her 16 points was from the free throw line. So I think it comes down to McCree getting to the free throw line, and it comes down to these two freshmen, Brown, Wade, maybe a couple others sprinkled here and there, and CCC might be able to get the upset tonight.
And that's so true. Coming back to what you said, our defensive pressure tonight. We may not be the biggest, we may not be the strongest, but right now we are holding Barton that scores 87 points a game to only 25 in the half. So right now we are doing great on defense. They're only shooting 11% from 3. On average, they shoot 41% from 3. So that is well below their average. We are holding them to only 43% on the field, and they usually shoot about 46, so about average for them on that. But right now, just great defensive pressure, and like you said, we just need some stops here and there, and let's try to get open in the fast break. That's one thing that we need to do, run a little bit more. Yep. I feel like we have better speed on the offensive side of the ball, and if we get out in the fast break, good in transition, I feel like we can bust this game wide open.
You had mentioned only giving up 25 points through that first half. 19 of them came within the first 10 minutes. That means 6 points is all they allowed in the last 10 minutes. That final quarter of the first half, just spectacular defense. Again, forcing 12 turnovers on the floor. We'll keep it right here. As again, I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick. We're getting ready for second half basketball. Barton on the inbounds from that far sideline here. Nathan Ray back in the studios making sure we sound just fine tonight. This is game 1 of 2. of a doubleheader for Red Raven basketball once again. We got a good one on tap for game number 2, as well as unbeaten Cougars come into town. Can CCC knock off another unbeaten team? We've done it many, many times this year. CCC still within the top 5 nationally, as it'll be a fun one for game number 2, as well as I'm excited to see, can we pull off the upset here in game number 1. A big thanks to our sponsors as well, Patriot Auto, of course, Coffeyville Community College, Gillum's Retail Liquor, Lay's Archery and Guns, and Community State Bank. Simple Simon's Pizza, the David W. Barnes Funeral Home, and Windsor Place Nursing, and Acme Foundry for State Maintenance and Sleep-In and Suites. Let's get ready for basketball second half as the teams have switched sides. A fresh 10 minutes up on the floor. Barton in their all-black uniforms will now move from left to right, and the inbounds to Stapleton gets us underway. Again, from Jay Herkiman Court in Nellis Hall, it's 98.1 KUSN. Happy to have you along with us for Red Raven basketball. Stapleton up on top. Great penetration defense down low, but too much contact down low. It's going to be on Guntine. And that will send, I believe, her second personal foul to the stat sheet. So within just a few, or excuse me, her third. So within just a few seconds, they did a great job in the first half limiting those numbers. That will, in fact, send Guntine to the sideline, and Chesney Downing out in her place. They did a great job managing those foul numbers in the first half. Need to do it here in the second half. Barton now, the inbound, Stapleton to Chuck Woody. Chuck Woody back up on top to Stapleton. Back down low to her center. The turnaround jumper and puts it in. Great shot there by Chuck Woody. And an easy 2 points. Puts them down by 3 now as Brown will bring it up for the Red Ravens.
And that was just too easy for Barton down low. A nice, easy turnaround jumper for Chuck Woody.
And stolen away, stepped in front of. Here's White. White puts it up and in and down by 1. And Lady Cougars doing everything right in order to get back into this one. As now just down by 1, 30-29. CCC, maybe a timeout looming here, or at least you got to get a basket. 60 seconds has passed, and you've already lost just about all of your momentum and almost the lead. Haro with the basketball. They'll swing it around. Finds Wade in the near corner. 20 seconds wasted off the shot clock there. Now finds McCree. She drives. That one's taken out of her hands. McCree now. Stapleton in response for Barton up. Fouled. Does not get the basket, but Stapleton heading to the free throw line for a pair.
And Stapleton, they stopped her pretty good in the first half. Only 2 points. She averages 13. So they're doing a great job stopping her, but she goes to the line right here to try to take the lead for the Lady Cougars.
And I'm not sure what it was that Coach Clark had said to this Lady Cougars team, but they look completely different. They look like they've got fire in their veins as they tie the ball game up. Stapleton knocks down the first one. She'll have a second one here, but I'll tell you what, whatever the message was there in the halftime locker room was the right one, as they have come out 5 unanswered points in the first minute, 15 seconds, make that 6 and the lead, 31-30, with 8:45 to go in the third quarter. So Brown will bring it up. She looks to the play from Coach Harrell with the right-hand dribble up over center. Thought about going left. Now she does to Wade. Wade right in front of us. Now over to McCree. Swings it right to Haro. Haro just swinging it beyond the three-point line with Wade. Now to Brown. Brown right-hand dribble, drives to the baseline, trips over herself, and a lot of contact. She'll muscle the basketball away and force a jump ball there, but almost lost the possession. Thankfully, the possession arrow is with the Ravens, so they'll hang on to it. But, again, just you got to slow things down in certain scenarios. We've seen CCC do that a couple of times tonight. That's one of them. Almost tripped up on the basketball and lost the possession. Instead, they'll inbound it with Brown from her own baseline. Just 7 on the shot clock, though. Really got to get off a quick shot. Just from the baseline here, Brown will lob it up over to McCree. Nice move to the baseline now. Up high with the right hand. No good. That did not hit the rim. Got her own rebound, and that's no good on the second chance try. Though off of the rebound, it hits off a Barton player and goes out of bounds. So that will put a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. And CCC back with the possession, trying to get that lead back. There was quite a few lead changes in that first as Downing gets the inbounds. Downing now kicks it to Wade. Wade with the left-hand dribble, and they'll stop. Speaking of the lead changes, 6 of them in that first half. Make it 7 now with Barton back up on top. Brown gets the pass now with the left hand. Drives off the glass. No good. Missed the layup. And Barton comes away with the basketball. Brown tried to sneak up behind on the steal. Instead, Stapleton finds an easy lane. Stapleton up off the glass, and Barton with a 3-point lead. That puts up a timeout there for Coach Stephen Harrell, and deservedly so. 8 unanswered points to start this second half. We'll take a quick 30 seconds aside. Brief 30 seconds for the timeout. We'll be back. Coffeyville down by 3 here on 98.1.
helping you move forward. That's what Coffeyville Community College does. Whether you want to increase your ability to advance at work, learning to earn a 2-year, or just want to expand your horizons, Coffeyville Community College can help. And CCC is flexible, offering a traditional college setting, fast 8-week classes, or even online classes. CCC can meet your needs your way. Call CCC at 620-251-7700 or visit them online at coffeyville.edu. We are Coffeyville Community College.
And out of the timeout taken there by Coach Harrell, CCC will have the basketball down by 3. Just over 2 minutes to start this first part of the second half. And Barton, 8 unanswered points. They take the lead 33-30. As CCC will bring it up from right to left. That's Brown with the dribble. Now looks right to Brooklyn Wade. Brooklyn Wade over there, still beyond the three-point line with the right-hand dribble. Nice move in towards the paint. Now she kicks it back out to Downing in the far corner. Now 10 on the shot clock. They need some sort of movement here. There's really no open shots. Now 5 on the shot clock. Finds Haro looking a little flat-footed to Wade. Wade for 3. Knocks it down as time expires. And Brooklyn Wade ties it back up.
And there's the Wade we saw in the first half. Now she is 3 for 5, from deep. Looking great. The stroke is still there.
And now in response, Barton wants a 3 of their own. That's no good, but gets their own rebound off of the three-point play. Finds Stapleton. She drives. A lot of contact, though no foul called. And that one actually hit off of, I believe, Tatiana McCree and went out of bounds. And so it will stay with Barton on their own baseline. They'll throw it in. 14 on the shot clock. And I believe Stapleton will get the call to throw it in. Not too much size there from Stapleton. 5'5", but I'll tell you what, she's got a lot of strength really anywhere that she goes on the floor. She finds Reagan on the inbounds, right back to Stapleton on the give and go. Stapleton now down low to Chuckwoody, and a travel call, and she's done that a couple times tonight. Chuckwoody on the turnover.
And when we complimented her in the first half about how she is able to grow out of her growing pains, how the tall and lanky people, right now her feet are leaving before she starts dribbling the ball, so an easy travel call for the refs.
Yes, it was, as CCC now trying to gain back that lead. Tie ball game at 33 as Red Ravens with it. Brown with the left-hand dribble, try to go to the near corner, now kicks it back up on top to Haro. Haro now under 10, 5 on the shot clock. Brown drives. That one's denied. Barton, great steal, takes it away, and Brown called for another foul. And she's really got to watch that. I know she's been the most effective player defensively and offensively, but right now moving into foul trouble, that is her 3rd, and that will most likely move her to the bench as Alana Kramer comes to the substitution mark. And that, in fact, does. So Brown, the most effective player out there, moves her to 3 personal fouls, and the team at 3 team fouls here through the second half. Barton with none through the first 3.5 minutes. Barton almost has that one taken away. Cougars just trying to get it up over half, and they do. Chuckwoody finds a pass down low. Almost had an open shot. Instead, they'll kick it back up on top. The sophomore wants a jumper, no good. And that one's offensive rebound. Nicely done. Chuckwoody again using the size to their advantage. Barton wants a 3. That's no good. That missed everything, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And still tied up at 33 here. Again, Coffeyville doing a great job just in the face all night long. Barton's got a great bunch of shooters, but if you disrupt the shot, it's difficult to do so.
And that's so true. Right now, Barton came out striking first, and now Coffeyville's coming back with another counter strike. Looking good right now on defense, and their offense is starting to churn a little bit more.
I think the difference is what it's going to have to be is what they did in that first half, is creating points off of the turnover as McCree now drives, now kicks it to Kramer. She puts up the jumper from the free throw line. That's no good. High off the rim. And off of the rebound, Barton comes away with the basketball. 5:25, and Haro called for the foul before they even make it over half. And you can tell Stephen Harrell is not happy with it. There's really no need for that kind of contact or to waste a foul either when you're, 85 feet from the basket. Unless if there's 30 seconds on the clock and you need to stop the clock. But other than that, there is no need for the foul to be there. So Barton will get a freebie. That's the 14th foul as they move now just 3 away from that bonus. Got to love the aggressiveness, but you really got to keep an eye on those numbers, especially with Brown at 3. That's Haro's first, and the bad pass by Barton goes out of bounds, and CCC gets it right back. So again, they've kind of hit a plateau here. They started out 8 unanswered points, and they have either turned the ball over or have had a missed shot on their last 4 drives up the floor.
And right now, the difference between Coffeyville and Barton is Coffeyville's kind of playing aggressive, but the bad kind of aggressive, making turnovers and bad fouls right now.
Yes, indeed. McCree wanted a three. That's no good, though. And in response, Barton comes down, and a bad pass goes over everybody's head and out of bounds. So very quickly after the missed shot there by McCree, CCC gets it right back. So still, again, another turnover there from Barton. They give it right back very early in the shot clock, more importantly, as CCC's Brooklyn Wade drives, and that one's stolen away. So from one turnover to the next, here's Stapleton. Barton brings it up to the baseline. Attorney up off the glass, no good. Rebound offensively up and in, and Ryan White puts it on the board and takes the lead, 35-33. That was a good 2.5 minutes of nobody scoring. Just missed baskets and turnovers. Here's McCree now in response. Hands it to Kramer. They go back up on top. Kramer finds Wade in the far corner. 15 on the shot clock now to Downing. Downing beyond the three-point line. She's straight away from right to left. Downing now to Kramer. Kramer drives baseline and found some separation, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor before she got the shot off. So that's their first team foul throughout the first 5 minutes of the second half.
And right now, both teams are kind of at a standstill, not really doing too much on offense. It's turning into more of a defensive game right now.
Yes, it was, as we kind of saw it shading towards that in the second half. Wide open Wade off the inbounds, knocks it down, ties the ball game back up at 35. But again, in that second quarter, 11 points is all that Coffeyville scored, and 6 is all that Barton scored. So again, we kind of saw it turning into that defensive battle, and that's what we see here. Tied at 35. Chuck Woody puts up the floater, no good. And Joseph goes up for the rebound, and she has to battle with a Barton player. I believe that will be a jump ball, should be at least. And I believe the possession arrow is in favor of Barton. So that one will be coming in from the baseline there. Great job from Joseph just to come in and muscle away what would have been an easy layup. Instead, they'll have to reset the offense. 10 on the shot clock. And Stapleton back down low to Chuck Woody. Turnaround jumper and up and in. And that's, again, just too easy, even with the hand in her face.
And right there, you see the turnaround jumper to perfection. That's kind of a hard shot for most people, but right there, Barton, offensive player, making it look easy.
Especially with Joseph, as now McCree wants a three in response. That's no good, but Joseph at 6'6", she had a hand in her face the whole time, and Chuck Woody seems effective. Now, after the miss on the three there by McCree, Barton brings it back up. Lady Cougars with the basketball. Stapleton looks down low. Great pass, and fouled on her way to the basket there is Taylor Reagan. But a great pass from Stapleton. That just thread the needle. And that will send Reagan to the line for 2.
And that's why Stapleton averages 5 assists a game. She finds ways to cut through the defense to find the open man.
A great pass. Finds an opportunity here for a couple of more points. We'll see. What does Reagan have? Here again, the sophomore out of Albert, Kansas. Brings a little bit of size. Misses the first one, though. So 0 of 1 this trip. She'll have another one at the free throw line. The team through that first half at 80% from the free throw line, so a pretty good number there. And as a team, they shoot fairly well as a team. So we'll see the second one put up here from Reagan. Reagan takes her time, and a lane violation there from Alana Kramer, though it's made either way. It would have only been admissible if she had missed it. And again, inexperienced mistakes is really all it comes down to. And you'd really think through the first month you'd have them narrowed down. Coffeyville still kind of struggling with those. The travels, lane violations, the shot clock violations. You got to get those shots off as Brooklyn Wade now brings it up. She finds Kramer. Kramer picks up the dribble, finds Collifell. Collifell will drive, and she's fouled on her way to the paint. Nicely done there by the freshman to just muscle her way down low. And again, that's what they need to do. I mentioned it at halftime. They need to draw fouls. They have not done that tonight.
And right now, driving in lane, good job by her. But let's see if they can, like you said, move the ball around, get something going. Offense at a standstill right now for Coffeyville.
Great pass down low to Joseph on the inbounds, but it's denied. And Chuck Woody comes away with a block. And she gets the basketball, now pass it away. She'll find freshman Keith. Now Keith wants the three in response. That's high off the rim, no good, and the miss will be tipped out of bounds, and CCC gets it right back. They're just down by 3. Again, we got 12.5 minutes left in this ball game, but you'd like to say that CCC still had the momentum, but again, Barton really out of that bell from halftime. Kind of regained the momentum back right now, just with a 3-point lead. Can CCC get it right back? They've got it with Kramer. Right hand, nice spin move to the below block. Try to get it out to Wade. That's almost tipped away and stolen. But Brooklyn Wade able to recover the basketball. She drives, now kicks it out to Haro. Haro drives, floater from 5 feet, knocks it down. Great job from Haro, and great passing there by CCC.
And Haro perfect from the field. She was 1 for 1 in the first half, now 2 for 2. Let's see if she can start getting something more going, get some more shots, get her more involved in the offense.
Yeah, maybe have her get the pass maybe one more time, maybe 2, maybe 3. You never know. Have her knock down those shots as Brooklyn Wade with the hot hand. We'll see if Haro can get warm for the fourth quarter. Now Turney wants a 3. That's no good. And Barton on the miss there, and a big rebound by Brooklyn Wade brings it up. They've got no numbers, and a great job there by the freshman to slow things down. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter, and they look to regain the lead as we head to the final 10 minutes. Looking for the block, and they get the pick there from Joseph. That's proves to be ineffective, though they'll get it down low to Joseph. Turnaround, no good, and you've got to hit that with the left hand if you're Joseph. And that one right there just proving, again, too much strength. And Joseph's going to be called for the foul. That moves them closer and closer to the bonus.
And right now, Joseph just, she's kind of playing inexperienced, like we said. Lots of fouls, lots of early fouls. Not boxing out is her number one priority she needs to do to get those rebounds. She has the size. She has the strength. But right now, just not using her fundamental skills to get those rebounds.
And that does move them into the bonus, as we'll see them come on down for a couple of shots here as Joseph called on the foul. That was her second personal. Haro makes her way to the sidelines. Correction. As a minute 18 to go here in the third quarter, as we had mentioned. You'd like to see the energy in the building here for the ladies' game, and you also see the potential that we're about to have here for the guys' game as well. It's going to be a fun one coming up. Stick with us, as yes, it is a doubleheader of Red Ravens basketball. Ladies, though, trying to pull off the upset here, though a bad pass off the hands of Wade. That one goes off of Joseph and out of bounds. Just as much as hard as it is to get it over 6'6" Joseph, she did it there, and it goes out of bounds. And Barton now will inbound it here with 65 seconds to go in the quarter. They hold a 3-point lead. The full court press put on there by CCC. And a great job pushing Reagan into a corner. And they're going to say she took one too many steps, called for the travel. CCC gets it right back.
And a great job by Coach Harrell to call the trap at half court and gets the easy turnover, down by 3 with under a minute to go.
Down by 3, you'd mentioned. Score is 40-37. Brooklyn Wade with the basketball. Right-hand dribble. Now finds Cole. Cole thought about a 3. Instead kicks it to Kramer up on top. She drives the right hand. Finds her way to the baseline. Kicks it out to Cole. She wants a 3. That's in and out. Hit the rim about 6 times before it came out. I think it's going to be called a jump ball on the rebound. Coffeyville with the possession arrow there, but I'll tell you what, you don't normally see the basketball hit the rim about 4 or 5 times, and it did there. Unfortunately, CCC not getting the hometown roll. Cole will get the inbounds. She finds Kramer. Kramer has that one taken away from her, and another jump ball called after the takeaway, though that time the possession arrow is with Barton. So again, inexperience from Kramer. You've seen it from Joseph. Kramer a lot through the early parts of the season. We've seen her jump out with scoring bunches as well, but there's the giveaway there.
And right now, the 2-2-1. Once again, let's see if that's effective with how fast her defenders are tonight.
Yeah, and a good job there just to find it with a simple one pass up to the center. Chuck Woody, she slows it down, finds it now to the point guard, Stapleton, and she just hangs on to it. About a 7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. They got to get it to Keith. That one's blocked, and 1 on the shot clock, and a shot clock violation. Great job there, I believe, from Kramer, who got the hand in front of the shot by Keith. And with that, Chuck Woody was unable to get the shot off. Shot clock violation, and so CCC will have the last lap here in the third quarter.
And right now, they're doing a great job on defense the whole game, forcing stuff that Barton usually doesn't do. Lots of turnovers, shot clock violations. Let's see if they can get this last shot off.
They needed to get it off quickly. Cole, as the buzzer goes, and no good. And that will be the third quarter of play. 40-37. CCC trails just by 3. We'll be back here in 60 seconds on 98.1 KUSN. We'll see. Can they pull off the upset? Back at 60.
A celebration is in order every time CCC comes to play, and you can trust Gillum Liquor to back it up with an endless cooler filled with your favorite pick of ice-cold beer, or choose something from the vast wine selection to help you relax and wind down after an exhilarating CCC game. Whatever your pleasure, Gillum Liquor is always in for the win. Gillum Liquor, 1713 West 8th Street in Coffeyville.
Ho, 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 it's Alamosa Amy here, letting everyone know Lay's Archery and Guns is having a closeout sale. Closeout sale on all 2017 bows with 25% off through November. Hurry before they're gone. Lay's Archery and Guns also has a great selection on Case brand knives. Case knives make the perfect stocking stuffer for any stocking you have to stuff. Christmas shop in the country at Lay's Archery and Guns, west of Coffeyville on County Road 1250. Lay's Archery and Guns wishes you happy holidays.
Well, we've played 3 quarters. We've got 10 more minutes. We'll see. Can the CCC Lady Red Ravens pull off the upset tonight? Barton, the Lady Cougars, coming into this game at 6-2. Coffeyville played 10 games. They've won just 1. They're 1-9. Their first win of the season coming back on Sunday against Northwest Technical College up in Goodland. To start the 4th quarter, it'll be Cole to throw it in from the far sideline as she gets it into Brooklyn Wade. Again, I'm Sam Speck alongside Matt Dick. We've got Nathan Ray back in the studios here on 98.1 KUSN. Game number 1 of 2. Great pass down low to Kramer, and that one's denied. Chuck Woody on the defense. Barton comes away with a more impressive play, and I believe that one's going to be called a foul on Cole, so we'll have a throw-in from the baseline here for Barton. But I'll tell you what, great defense down low by the center of Barton.
Yeah, and that was a nice feed from Gooten.
And here's the inbounds from Barton as that one will get it now to Stapleton. Stapleton turns around, gets it up over half, and breaks the full court press. Now finds the corner, give and go pass to Stapleton. She goes to the paint, lots of contact, somehow gets it down low to her guard, up and in off of the miss. There is Reagan, and the 2 points makes it back to a 5-point lead, 42-37. 9:20 to go in the ball game as Brooklyn Wade brings it back up here for CCC.
And that was a great job by Reagan to get the tip back in. Great job by her to get the rebound and then find the open bucket. And a great job by Guts to get the open mid-range shot and drain it.
Yeah, no doubt, as she found herself right at the free throw line, makes it look easy. Gains that 2 points back, now just down by 3 again, 42-39. Barton brings it up, looking to find an open jumper. Great defense here to start this drive. Stapleton now to Reagan. Reagan drives right hand to the baseline. She goes in, and that one's off her hand and out of bounds. Great defense down low by Gunteen, and it goes out of bounds. Again, the sophomore out of Spain. Trying to get the charge called there, but instead it tips right off of the hands of Barton and goes out of bounds. So Coffeyville keeping this one within striking distance. 8:40 to go in the ball game. Here's Wade now to the right corner. She finds Colifel. Beyond the 3-point line, back up on top to Kramer. Kramer, a little bit of a jump fake. Now back to the right side to Colifel. She wants a 3. No good. Short of everything. And that's Chuck Woody coming away with the rebound there for Barton. Barton comes now in response off of the rebound. In transition, here they move from center circle. They'll reset the offense back up on top of Stapleton. Now they look left to Keith. Keith back up on top to number 10. Down low to Chuck Woody. Kicks it out to Reagan. And too much time down low in the paint. That's 3 seconds in the paint. Chuck Woody again. That one going to be called down low on the center for Barton. So they'll give it right back up once again. The sophomore out of Nigeria called. Again, you'd usually see some experience out of the sophomore. That right there is just an inexperienced foul.
And that's so true. We've seen her make a bunch of traveling calls and not really doing that much in this game. She was very effective in the first couple minutes of the first half. And then right now, she's got a couple blocks, but most of it has just been her doing silly fouls and turnovers.
Great passing here by CCC, but a foul down low. I think they're going to call that one on Brown. So Colifel found some separation, and that's going to be Brown's 4th foul. And that will move her 1 away from fouling out, as Stephen Harrell obviously not in agreement, nor is he really sure what Brianna Brown had done at that moment. I didn't see too much contact either. There was certainly some scuffle over there, but it maybe looked like Colifel had created more contact. Instead, Brown's called for the foul. That's her 4th. And again, Kramer to the substitutions table. Inbounding here is Barton. They'll bring it back up. Stapleton up on top. You can tell they're just kind of milking that shot clock right now. Great pass to Chuckwood. Turnaround, that's no good. Off the front of the iron. And the jumper off of the rebound goes off of Barton and out of bounds. CCC back with the basketball.
And right there, another great defensive sequence for the Red Ravens. Good job. Way to obtain a down low presence right now. Only down by 3, so they can definitely turn around this game and get something started.
We'll see. Again, struggling now with fouls is Tatiana McCree as well. She finds her way back out there onto the hardwood. She gets the pass from Kramer. Now with the left-hand dribble, drives into the paint, kicks it back up on top to Murphy. Murphy almost loses the basketball. Down low to Kramer. Up and in, and a great pass finds the freshman. Now they just trail by 1. 42-41. Here's Barton in response. Barton with the dribble. They'll bring it up. That's White. White now into the corner to Stapleton. Stapleton down low to Chuckwoody. Turnaround on the jumper. That's no good once again. And the rebound goes to Kramer. And Kramer draws the foul. Greatly done by the freshman.
And like you said earlier, you're going to have used Tatiana McCree, Wade, and Brown to kind of central your offense and then have some sprinkles of other freshmen coming in. And right now, Kramer is doing that.
Yes, yes, she is. As again, the 5 out there on the floor right now. We see Guntine making her way back in. Wade in that far corner. In the near corner here is Hannah Murphy, Sarah Kramer, and then Tatiana McCree are the 5 out on the floor. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Here's McCree driving in the right hand, and she draws the foul. There, again, is that sophomore presence we've been missing. She's gotten in foul trouble herself, but does a great job drawing the foul there. We'll see, can we get the lead back with 2 free throws?
And like you mentioned, once again, great job by her to get down low, get the foul, and she converts on the first free throw to tie up the game.
42-42 after the first made basket. We'll see, do they get the lead back? We've had a handful of lead changes. There's another one. 43-42. Lady Red Ravens back up on top. There's that full court press. Stapleton gets the inbound. She brings it up pretty easily, single-handedly. Now the floater from 5 feet, and that right there is way too easy. Sometimes, again, you live by the press, you die by it. Stapleton does it herself and takes the lead right back for Barton.
And Stapleton showing off her speed, cutting right through that full court press, like you said, and an easy floater for 2.
Here's McCree now in response, right in front of us on the three-point line. Now she goes right, finds Kramer on that side. She drives with the right hand to the baseline, up off the glass. That's no good on the first try. Try to get her own rebound, and she does. Kramer, great physical play this evening, gets her own rebound there, and they'll have a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. 6 minutes to go in the ballgame. They trail by 1. McCree, she's got nowhere to go. She puts up on top, now drives with the right hand, down low on the block, no good, and a missed layup. You got to hit those baskets, no doubt, as that's just a missed opportunity. That's a tough one to take there if you're McCree.
And yeah, like you said, got down low, just botched the wide open layup. Let's see if that affects the rest of this game.
And I believe a foul's going to be called on Brooklyn Wade. So Wade with another personal foul. That'll be the team's 3rd foul here. Coffeyville's doing a good job through the second half managing that number. Rather through the 4th quarter. In that second quarter, they kind of, 3rd quarter, the first part of the second half here, they kind of jumped out and really started fouling quite a bit. Only 3 through this 4th quarter as the inbounds here goes to Stapleton for Barton. Barton now will swing it around. They find a guard down low on that low block. Tried to force him into the double team. Instead, they find Stapleton up on top. The floater from 5 feet. That's no good, and Wade comes away. They've got a 2-on-1. Wade to Kramer. She goes up and in and takes the lead right back. Lady Red Ravens up 45-44.
And like how we mentioned about Stapleton's speed, Wade showing off her speed and finds the wide open Kramer for the easy 2.
And a great full court press up, push up there by the defense of the Lady Red Ravens as they almost struggled to get it over the half in time. It took them 9 seconds. They had one more to get it over that half court line. They did just that. It was tipped out of bounds by Alana Kramer, so we'll see another inbounds here from the sideline right in front of us. Certainly not something you want to wish upon a team, but one of their best players heads to the sideline kind of wincing at the knees. And that pass is a bad pass from her replacement, Connor Keith, the point guard that makes her way in place of Stapleton there. She throws it into the out-of-bounds area, and Coffeyville will get it right back. So, again, certainly not something you want to wish on a team, but it'll be nice to see Stapleton on the sideline for a few moments. Brooklyn Wade now brings it up for CCC. She loses the basketball, and I believe that's Reagan disrupting and getting in there, but she, I believe, will actually be called for the foul. So what looked like a good hustle play, she's actually going to get called for the foul there, but a good job to get down on the hardwood and try and strip the ball away, though CCC will take the foul, and they will also take an inbound from the far sideline. Collefeld gets the inbounds now to Kramer. Kramer finds Wade. They're up straight away. Three-point land here with Kramer now right in front of us, standing on Jay Herkelman's side. To Wade with the right hand. Wade wants a three. That's no good off the front of the iron. She had plenty of room and plenty of time. Maybe taking maybe an extra half a second, she would have knocked it down. Instead, off of the miss, here comes Barton. Still down by one. The Lady Cougars will swing it around the three-point line. Now they look down low. Back up on top to Keith. Keith has that one taken away, and Keith steps in front of McCree and has that one taken away. So Tatiana McCree steps in front of the pass and then is called for the foul. That is just not the best of plays right there. That'll be her fourth foul and on the way to the sideline. As much as you want to argue there, you're in foul trouble. You can't make those plays.
And that's so true. And right now you see the sophomore leader, like we said, taken off the court. Let's see how that affects the Red Ravens.
And Stapleton back in there for Barton. Good to see her back and healthy. She drives into the paint by herself. That's no good, though. High off the glass. And in response, here's Wade. Nice pass down low to Kramer up off the glass. And Alana Kramer puts them up by three. CCC now puts that full court press on. Look at those coaches. Stephen Harrell is right up in the grill, and a great job defensively. The pass goes up over everybody's head and out of bounds.
And right now, you see CCC fired up, doing a great job with that full court press. You see Wade with the steal and a great assist to Kramer. Right now, Kramer is the person to get the ball to.
Yep, timeout taken. We'll take a quick 30 seconds ourselves. CCC up by 3, back at 30.
Keep it simple with great food at great prices. That's what you'll find at Simple Simon's Pizza in Coffeyville. Oh, yes, you'll find great pizza and a whole lot more, like calzones, wings, breadsticks, and sandwiches. Stop in today for a Coffeyville favorite, the Simple Simon's Lunch Buffet. Simple Simon's makes it easy for you to dine in, carry out, or delivery. Simple Simon's Pizza, 807 West 11th in Coffeyville. Simple Simon's, simply delicious.
Welcome back. We've got 3:45 to go in one heck of a ball game. If you're just now tuning in with us, welcome in. You have chosen one select time to dial in the 98.1 KUSN. We've got a good finish on our way. Can CCC pull off the upset? They're up by 3, 47-44 here on Barton. They've got the basketball. They swing it around the three-point line. Now they dive down low, up and in, and that's Murphy. Her first points of the game, and they couldn't come at a better time.
And right now, Wade is looking like Steve Nash out there, facilitating the ball and finding the open man. 3 straight assists for her.
Great pass, though. Barton in response. They find a wide-open 3, and the Lady Cougars knock it down, and they're back within 2. So a 5-point lead now just turns into 2. Coach Harrell not happy with the lackluster effort to get back on defense there. They played great all game long, but did not get back there. Left a wide open shot, 3 to go in the ball game. They're up by 2, 49-47. Kramer drives right hand up and no good off the back of the iron. Barton gets the rebound. And we'll see, can the Cougars tie this ball game up? They bring it up with the sophomore. That's Miller. Miller now looks down low to Reagan. Reagan turns around, puts up the 5-footer and knocks it down. We got a tie ball game.
And Reagan, once again, the great turnaround jumper. She's used that weapon all day. She has it in her back pocket, and Stapleton able to find Reagan. That connection has been amazing all night.
And another timeout taken. 2:30 to go here in the ball game. We'll take a full 60 seconds ourselves. 49-49 is the score. Back at 60 seconds on 98.1 KUSN.
When it comes to a time of loss, more folks around here trust and rely on the David W. Barnes Funeral Home. It could be because of their compassionate care. It could be because of their guaranteed superior service, or maybe because of their fair and honest prices, or just maybe for all of these reasons, more folks trust the David W. Barnes Funeral Home during a time of loss. The David W. Barnes Funeral Home at 306 North Klein in Coffeyville, an independent, family-owned business.
Everyone looks forward to a good meal. That's why we do dining differently at Windsor Place. We call it 7 to 7 dining. Residents can come to the dining room anytime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. for a home-cooked meal of their choice. 3 specials are available throughout the day, along with a full menu, including all-day breakfast. If residents need a treat between meals, they can visit our self-service snack pantries. Come see what makes Windsor Place different at mealtime. Call 620-252-4929.
Well, we got 2:30 to go in the ball game. CCC and Barton Community College all tied up at 49. And the Lady Red Ravens with the basketball. Moving from right to left, it's Brooklyn Wade. She'll bring it up with a left-hand dribble. She now stands on the Jay Herkelman side. Down low to Guntine. Now back up on top to Wade. Straight away, still beyond the three-point line is the point guard. Now to Guntine. She wants a three. That's no good. And Barton gets it right back, though, physically making their way in, trying to get the jump ball. That's Sarah Kramer once again. We've mentioned her name many times when it comes to trying to physically get that basketball back. I believe Barton will get it back either way.
And right now, Brown in the first half was that physical force we saw on defense, but she's in foul trouble. So Kramer's stepping up, using her big body and defensive-minded pressure to do good and get easy buckets, easy rebounds, and steals tonight.
2 minutes to go in the ball game. Knotted up at 49. Chuck Woody down low. Now back up on top to Stapleton here for Barton. Barton will swing it around. Now to Miller. Miller, a floater with 8 on the shot clock. No good. Gets their own rebound, and it's denied. Guntine on the block. The pass finds Wade. She doesn't have any numbers, and she slows it down. Nice pass now to Kramer inside, and I'm not sure what that shot was, but comes out of her hands and goes straight to Barton. So Sarah Kramer, again, just inexperience, another mistake there in terms of inexperience, gives it right back. It looked like she got into the paint, jumped into the air, and didn't know what she was going to do with it. And gives it right back to the Lady Cougars. Now a minute 15 to go in the ball game. Cougars pass it around, down low to Reagan, and the foul and the basket. Reagan and one, and Guntine has done that a couple of times tonight.
And most of that's frustration because Reagan's had her way down low, and Guntine just, frustrated down low, just trying to do anything to impose her will, and right there, just a silly foul.
Yeah, it was an easy-looking layup, and when you've got an easy-looking layup, the last thing you want to do is foul and create a potential area where you can create more points. That's exactly what we have here. Reagan will head to the free throw line. She does the routine, now puts it up looking for 3. That's no good, though it looks like Chuck Woody comes away with a rebound. So an offensive rebound and a timeout taken. That proves to be very costly for CCC. Quick 30 seconds aside. We've got a good finish. Back in 30 seconds.
Raven fans, coming into town for a game? Make it a great weekend. Reserve your room at Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, Coffeyville's premier home away from home. Enjoy plush, clean accommodations, a free continental breakfast, indoor pool, Wi-Fi, and superior staff and services. Ask about special AARP and military discounts. Coffeyville Sleep-In and Suites, a proud supporter of the Red Ravens.
Well, welcome back in. We've got 70 seconds to go in the ball game. CCC looking to pull off the upset, though they don't have the basketball. The possession is with the Lady Cougars, nor do they have the lead. They're down by 2, 51-49, and a silly foul made there by Guntine resulted in a free throw. A missed free throw resulted in an offensive rebound. Barton hangs on to the possession. 51-49. We'll see. Here's Reagan on the inbounds for the Lady Cougars. And she gets it into Stapleton. Stapleton now up on top, the point guard, sophomore for Barton. The right-hand dribble now looks over to Reagan. I'm sure they're going to take as much time off the shot clock as they can. 60 seconds to go. Down low, taken away by McCree. Red Ravens on the steal. 3-on-3, and she slows things down. Great job And now it's focus time. Timeouts. This will be the longest 60 seconds of your life, no doubt about. We'll go ahead and hang it right here. We'll stick around for 30 seconds. As I'll tell you what, this is an exciting game. Out of all of the women's games that you could have chosen to come to, this is you're very selective with that one. Very good competition, and I'll tell you what. This women's team, if they can knock down their shots, they look pretty good.
And they do look very good right now. And that was a very, very important defensive possession for them. And they did a great job by getting the ball back. Great defensive pressure to get the ball. And now they have a chance to be either tie or get up in this game. I would go, in my opinion, I'd go down low to Kramer. She's been hot right now. Get the easy two, play good defense, maybe even force OT or get in the fast break, get a rebound, and this game could be over.
Yeah, and it looks like different plans are out there for Coach Harrell, as he's got Haro, he's got McCree, he's got Brown, but no Kramer. He's also got Wade out there and Guntine, so 3 players with 4 fouls on the floor right now, but certainly kind of those 3 players, the ones you've been looking for. McCree thought about driving, instead gets it to Guntine, now to Brown. Brown to Wade. Wade with 10 on the shot clock. Back up on top to the sophomore, McCree. She drives into the left hand with the paint. No good. Gets their own rebound as Guntine, and that one's taken out of her hands. And that one's taken away. Wade gets the steal. So from one turnover to the next to McCree. McCree wants the 3 in the lead. No good off the back of the iron. 15 on the game clock. And the basketball is still with CCC as it goes out of bounds.
That was a crazy few seconds right there. Another timeout. This is the longest 60 seconds you'll ever hear on the radio right now.
I'll tell you what.
It has been fun, and you've seen a lot of defense right now. Down by 2. This is the last possession of the game. You either make it or break it.
It is. Jaylene Cole subs in for CCC. So we'll hang around here as the 1-9 Coffeyville Red Ravens. The ladies looking to upset the Lady Cougars out of Barton, who are 6-2 this year. Right now, they need 2 points to tie. They need a 3 to win. Tatiana McCree, that shot looks good from three-point land, but instead it hits off the back of the iron and goes just wide. But fortunately for CCC, after about 5-6 different turnovers, it hits off of Barton last and goes out of bounds. So the Lady Red Ravens will hang on to it here. 13 on the game clock. No shot clock is initiated. Now, Matt, I'm not sure. Do you go aggressive and try and get the 2 right away and allow Barton to have a shot? Or do you let this 13-second strain and call it a game on this drive?
Okay, I say you do a little bit of both. You drain a little bit of clock, find an open person on the perimeter. I'm going for the win on this.
Going for the win.
You find someone on the perimeter, make the shot, and you give just enough time to get that full court press down and play good defense the last few seconds.
We'll see. They've got some shooters out there. They got Jaylene Cole. They've got Brown, Haro. They've got McCree. And they've got Brooklyn Wade. 13 on the game clock. Down by 2. Here's the Lady Red Ravens to throw it in. They will get it into that corner. Now back up on top to Cole. Cole to McCree. 10 on the game clock. Looks like they're going to waste it all. McCree drives and fouled on her way to the basket. And Tatiana McCree on her way to the free throw line for the 2 biggest shots of the game.
And like you said, sophomore presence right there. These are 2 big shots to sink. Everyone needs to be quiet in the arena. She can focus and in my opinion, don't let this get to your head. They're just free throws, okay? You just need to go up there and do your best. She's a good free throw shooter, got a good stroke. Let's see if she can sink them.
Yeah, she's a very quick routine as well. 1 dribble and then just fires away. That one is no good off the front of the iron. So now the game plan changes. And unfortunately for Coffeyville, they don't have any size down low on that low block, so the rebound is in favor with them. You're looking for a big bounce here, and if Barton gets it, then an immediate foul. It's up, and it's knocked down, so it looks like CCC is going to try and foul and immediately put Barton on the free throw line. So it is 51-50 here. We'll take another 30-second step aside. When we come back, we'll have the final 5 here on 98.1. Back in 30.
Move forward. You can by becoming a part of the Acme Foundry team in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry has current openings for CNC machinists and entry-level foundry positions. Acme offers competitive wages, benefits including medical and dental, and a retirement plan through employee ownership. Acme moves careers forward by promoting from within. Find out more. Apply in person at Acme Foundry, 1502 South Spruce Street in Coffeyville. Acme Foundry, an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back. 6.2 seconds to go in the ball game. CCC down by 1. Barton has the possession, though, as they will inbound it from the baseline.
And like you said, a quick foul.
From the far sideline over there, excuse me. It's Matt Dick. Go ahead.
Just like you said, need a quick foul. Hope and pray that they either make one or none of their free throws and then do a great job and get the shot.
Yeah, and a great job there by Brooklyn Wade to come down very quickly, though 2 seconds were taken off. Great strategic pass there by Barton as the pass was well behind the half-court line. It created both of those players to have to run a while, and it took 2 full seconds off the clock. Now 4.8, and that will send Stapleton to the free throw line. And the fortunate thing here for CCC, even if Stapleton, who, by the way, is a fairly good free throw shooter, makes both of them, they are still 1 shot from tying it. First one up, knocks it down. Stapleton makes that one look easy in 52-50 after the first made shot.
And like we said, Stapleton, a great free throw shooter, 85%. That's well above the average you want. And today she's doing just as well, only missed 1 free throw so far.
And you can see they get some size in there down low with Adelina Carr on the low block. Trying to get that rebound, emphasizing on it. Here's Stapleton now. Second one up. Second one knocked it down. They're up by 3. That's what they need. CCC needs a 3-point shot to tie this ball game, as it'll be Talima Haro on the inbounds. 4.8 seconds. It looks like Barton will have a full court press. They want that full court man-to-man defense. 3 Red Ravens here on this half, 2 on the other half. 3 to go. Here's McCree. Brings it up. Puts it up to tie. No good off the side of the iron, and one heck of a ball game there by the CCC Lady Red Ravens, but they fall short. 53-50 is the score of this ball game. As I'll tell you what, that was it was a lot of fun to watch. That was the best 40 minutes I have seen them string together all year long. Defensively, they played incredibly well. And then offensively, obviously tonight they came out and scored. They didn't score too much more than they averaged. They averaged about 48 points per game. But the most important thing is they kept Barton to about, 30, 35 less points than what they average on the year. That is something to take away, and something certainly to hold your head high for.
And that's so true. Something to build off, like you're saying. Coach Harrell doing a great job building this team from within. Lots of freshmen, like you said, lots of inexperience, but you can tell that the practices have finally started to get into the heads of those freshmen, and they're starting to be more of a team, be more physically dominant down low, and great defensive pressure tonight against the very physical and big Barton Cougars.
Well, game number 1 does go to the Barton Lady Cougars, 53-50. That is game number 1. That's Matt Dick. I'm Sam Speck here on 98.1 KUSN. Nathan Ray back in the studios. We thank you for the first half of our presentation. We'll send you back to our regular programming, the best country mix in the SEK, for about 10 minutes or so. When we come back in 10 minutes, it's the pregame show to the guys' game, as we will approach that one undefeated. Barton Cougars make their way into Jay Herkelman Court here at Nellis Hall for game number 2. But again, game number 1 wraps up with a loss. Unfortunately, though, one heck of a ball game for the Lady Red Ravens. They lose 53-50 against the Barton Lady Cougars. Again, we'll take a step aside for 10 minutes. We'll take you back to our regular programming, a best country mix here in the southeastern corner of Kansas. Again, for Matt Dick, I'm Sam Speck saying so long. We'll be back here in 10 minutes for the guys' game on 98.1 KUSN.
It's been a quiet day for our Wednesday. We're looking tonight at cloudy skies, trying to come in late tonight and tomorrow morning. Low temperature will be down to near 32 for tomorrow. Cloudy skies, some patchy areas of drizzle, and a high temperature of 35, gusty northeast winds of 15 to 25. For a Friday.